Mis Pachico, Steshpa, Omenewan, saludos y respetos going out to everybody today. I'm here with an old friend. This friend I met in prison, he was actually my cellmate, and he has a he has a very intricate story. Just like everywhere else, he's from Bakersfield, and here in Bakersfield, they feel like they're the most chingones, just like we do in Chiques, just like they do in LA, just like they do up north. It'll be wrong if you grew up somewhere, you had love for somewhere, and you didn't think you were the best. So Baker's has its own characters, its own set of haters, and this is one of them. We're not gonna speak too much into the negativity because I like to pretty much bring in a story of success, and he is one of them. So first off, introduce yourself for those that don't know you, bro.
Uh, my name's Jamie. A lot of homies know me as Lokito. I'm not on parole no more, so I think I can say that on camera. Usually I wouldn't say that. Uh, Obviously I'm still GP.
I wouldn't be here, but no, this is a solid homie. It's his first time on camera, so I'm a kind of guide him through it. I heard in Bakersfield they don't incarcerate you unless you commit a crime. Like where I'm from, they get you for whatever, dog, even under the influence.
Oh yeah, you know what? It's been I've noticed it's been a little bit more lenient lately. I actually know a homie that he didn't have no background. No, never been in trouble, nothing. That fool actually got caught with a blammer in a car, non-registered. They gave him a ticket, a cite and release, a court date, and let him go. Took the blammer, obviously. And I was just,
That was his first term, though.
yeah,
Yeah, it's his first time.
yeah,
Yeah, that's it's common
yeah,
standard procedure.
yeah,
If it's not stolen, it's
yeah.
not a felony.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I've been in trouble since a kid, so
yeah.
it's always been,
Once you're a felon, everything
yeah.
you touch is a
Yeah,
felony.
but yeah, possession now they don't trip dope. They don't trip on the tweakers. They don't pill heads. They don't.
There's a lot of homeless here,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
What's some good memories you have of Bakersfield growing up? Where you grew up at?
Right there on the east side in the Colonia.
You said how many
Uh,
sections does Bakersfield have?
mm, I would say the major ones I grew up in. Now there's a bunch of other little things going on, but back then, it was just the Colonia, the Barrio, the Loma, the Ogie, the South Side, and then we always had the outskirts. The
The
Lamont,
Greenfields.
yeah, Lamont, Arvin, Greenfield, Wasco, Chapter, Tehachapi, McFarland, even homies from Delano. Uh, but yeah, Bakersfield. It wasn't. I think it was like six, maybe at the most. The West Side came a little bit, later. East Side Bakers came a little bit later. East Bakers has been around for a little while. Uh, yeah, my family's all from the Loma. I was the only one that branched out to the other side. Blame.
What's the difference between the Lomas? I know I met a bad boy from Loma Gage,
Uh huh.
and then I met other different Lomas.
Yeah, they all have their little different cliques. It's like like I think like most of the gangs. My gang has a bunch of cliques. My family, my family bangs Lomita, which is like the old school clique. Uh, yeah, there's about like I think every gang got like 3 or 4 different cliques, some even more. Ours got more. We got a bunch of different streets. We got a lot of real estate. We got a
Yeah,
lot of
no,
property.
I could tell you this, bro. When I first went to prison, I was a teenager, and I ran across so many people from Bakersfield. I was like, it has to be huge over there, bro, because there was so many people there from Bakers, and it was always something different Bakers.
Yeah.
There was I remember a lot of hoods, a lot of gang members, wooty woo woo woo, and it was always a strong car, and it always had the tobacco.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? They
The
always had tobacco.
BLTs.
You know what I mean?
The
They used to come
BLTs.
packing. They used
Yeah.
to come packing from the county. I don't know
Yeah.
how.
We're the
I,
last county to stop selling tobacco. That's why. So I guess when LA stopped, every county stopped selling tobacco. Like back in the early. We were the only county that still held on tobacco.
in '07, they still had it.
Yeah, early 2000s we still had
Yeah.
it. I caught my first term at 17 going to 18 in 2008. So I caught the very end of it. You know, the last little bit of plugs that were still
Yeah,
floating around, but I wasn't able to purchase the tobacco yet.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was a
No,
cool
no.
little experience.
That is, bro. So growing up, around how old were you when you started flirting with the lifestyle, bro? To not say anything further than that.
Ah, I want to say like easily. I was probably fourth, fifth grade. You know, started before junior high for sure. I just maybe I'll say fifth grade though. You know, but you know my family was real deep into their little thing. You know, selling drugs and you know I seen you know a lot of shit growing up and I thought it was normal. You know, I didn't think nothing. I didn't think it was crazy. I thought it was normal.
So that was like a household thing. It wasn't something you learn on the streets.
Nah, it was a house. It was a household thing. I just my mom was very strict and try to hide it from me as much as she can, beat the shit out of me, whip my ass, whatever, you know. But I was still tampering, you know, and I just started doing it away from the house. You know, I would still hurt drugs and go to the streets with it, or you know, I would never come home high because I already knew my mom wasn't stupid. She knew what time it was.
Walk us through the Colonia Bakers. Where's it at? You know, how many clicks they have.
Oh
If you don't mind me asking, bro.
yeah, it goes pretty. Like I said, we're on the east side, along with the Barrio Bakers and Loma Bakers. We're all on the east side. Uh, you know, as a kid, we used to claim East Side. Now there's the East Side Bakers gang, so we more a lot of the youngsters don't claim the East Side, but us older dudes, we claim the East Side as a kid, and we got Linwood Street, which is the clique I'm from. We got Meadows Block, we got Pioneer Street, we got Dark Side, we got the locals, we got Lucky Street, People Bank Potomac Street, which is the dark side, but there's a little strong little squad on Potomac. Um, I think that's pretty much the clique.
Center?
Oh yeah, the boys from Center. Dang, can't forget about them.
No, 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 you can't.
Those are my road dogs right
Yeah,
there.
they
So
weren't before, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
see
Oh, so
when we
you
were
know, yeah,
when
you
we
know.
were Sally's, he was telling me war stories against those guys.
Oh yeah, homie was right there. Rest in peace. Was right there in the. He's resting now, but yeah, I forgot he was right there in the building with us.
Well, when we were Sally's, you had a trouble with them, some type of encounters, whatever. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
keep on saying anything more than that, but
Yeah.
after we were Sally's, I seen you again,
Yeah,
and
I
they were
forgot.
your homies
Yeah.
from your hood now.
I forgot you were there that
Yeah,
time. 'Cause I seen you like what twice, three
a couple
times in the
times,
building.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. So that's the Colonia right there.
yeah.
How old is he? And I'm gonna have this question. I don't mean it as no means of disrespect. Everybody always asks me because in my hometown there's a Colonia Chiques,
Mhm,
and everybody always tells me because they're so old.
mhm,
If you guys derive from them,
mhm,
but I mean, I'm gonna let you say whatever you have to say. I know the true answer,
mhm.
but what's the answer to that?
Uh, nah, it's two different things. My neighborhood honestly originated. There was it was Northerners started were banging my hood too. There's an old man in our hood that had a 1-4 on a Colonia Bakers, and it's just I don't know what transpired. You know, I'm not too how it jumped to. That's why a lot of homies when we first started hitting the pin would call us 13 and a half and giving us a little hard time. But
That's all of. That's not just you guys. They were doing that to the whole 805.
oh yeah,
I'm part of
yeah,
the 805. I
yeah,
know
yeah,
you guys
yeah.
kind of branched out to
No, yeah.
661.
Nah, I'm an 805 baby too.
Yeah,
You know, I went to the pin when we were still
yeah,
805,
we
so
were all going through that.
I don't get 661 tatted on me. Like, but I respect I respect all the
It's their
homies like
thing,
that. Yeah,
It's their
you
generation,
know.
bro.
But yeah, it was a struggle. You know, like the Lano right here in my county that's half Norteños, half homies, and there's not like that's where it starts
There's
from.
there's there's a lot of homies in the lane or no?
A lot of them, you know, sad to say, a lot of them are getting washed up because it's just they're going at it. You know, they're either you know getting buried or getting
I
off
met
or getting
one the
fucked up.
whole time, and I've been in prison a lot of times.
Mhm,
I met one dude, Junior.
mhm,
That's it. Um, okay, so I mean, to sum it all up, there's Colonia Highland, Colonia Anaheim, Colonia San Diego, there's Colonia Parlier Norteños. There's a lot of colonias. Colonia just means hood,
yeah,
neighborhood,
yeah.
and I am 100% sure it's unrelated to the one in Oxnard, bro. You know,
Mhm.
So now you don't know how old you guys are.
From what I know, my older homie, the one they're not around no more. I would say maybe the late 70s at the latest. You know, it was which isn't that old compared to a lot of gangs. You know.
I mean, if they had 1-4, it'd probably go to the 60s, bro.
Yeah. Oh, as far as my homies, I mean,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Before that, yeah, before it was the other side. Oh yeah, definitely. You know, I'm sure they were they had, you know, I bet their older homies are probably born in the 20s and 30s, you know, uh, because that was way before. That was the dude I was mentioning that had the 1-4 tat on. He was,
And they just let them kick it, right? They didn't.
he was in the Bible, so they told him, hey,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
and
Oh,
he was
okay.
being a little mechanic, you know, and they just told him, hey, just as long as you stay right there, then nobody will bother you, you
Okay.
know.
No, hey, you know, he's from the hood. He's from the hood. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
evolution. Okay. So now we're gonna get to did you have any hobbies growing up before? Okay, you started when you were young, but did you ever have any hobby that could have derailed you? This is for the kids that are listening.
Hmm.
That I could have derailed you from actually, becoming who you became. You became a good homie. I know that for a fact.
Um, So you asked me for the bad about the bad, like basically bad habits that derailed me or that could have.
My question is, were you ever in any type of sports that you felt that if you would have kept
Oh,
on trying,
yeah,
would have derailed you
yeah,
from becoming a gang member?
yeah. I was a really. My mom put me in baseball at an early age, and I liked it. You know, my older brother, we were involved in a lot of sports, but me and baseball was just my thing. You know, my brother loved basketball and football, but baseball was just my shit. I played it for like probably like 7, 8 years before I started going to like the little boys camp, Camp Owens and Crossroads and shit, and Um, also, when I met a few homies from my neighborhood, I originally met them in sixth grade. We were in a breakdancing club. We were really good.
Oh
We were called
man, tell us about that.
the B boys, you know, Bakersfield boys, and I think they even were younger. They called it like the Bionicles or B boys or some shit. My homie David from my hood, I still one of my best friends to this day. Um, He's that fool used to be a badass pop locker. I was the breaker. You know, we used to go and battle other fools. And I remember we used to battle for hats sometimes. And I battled this fool for my hat one time, and I lost. Man, everybody, you know, that little bad. I can't remember what his name was, but that little fool was bad, man. And you know, yeah, he lost my hat, and I was burnt. But you know, it was a cool little experience, you know. And that's before we started getting high, and I started doing drugs at an early age. I was
What
smoking
type
a
of
lot of
drugs?
everything, man, everything. Like uh,
Crack?
crack I tried a little bit later, you know, but it was like a 2 time thing, and never was my shit, you know. Even crystal, I smoked it for like maybe like 2 years, 2 3 years, I would say at an early age. Like I would say probably about like 15 to like 17, 18. Once I hit the pin, I stopped completely, and I haven't been high since 17 years old, you know. It just wasn't my cup of thing, but PCP and KJ,
KJ, yeah, that's a big
that was
thing.
my thing.
For those of you
Yeah,
that don't know, that was something very popular in Bakersfield. I don't know if it's still here,
yeah,
but it had a lot of homies burn.
yeah.
A
Yep.
lot.
You couldn't even get it on the main
No,
line.
no disrespect to your homie Scrappy.
Yeah.
Hey, so okay, that goes on, and then what age do you go to jail, juvenile halls?
uh, I was in junior high. I want to say I don't remember if it was seventh, probably eighth grade. Like, um, uh, what was the time? When did I go to jail for the first time? I went to Camp Owens too. I can't even fucking remember
I
where I
mean,
went to.
wherever it was, we're not gonna have no dry moments because
Yeah,
my
yeah,
interviews they keep on going and we don't edit. Yeah, so you go to juvenile halls. There's your enemigos right there. There's norteños in the same pod. How does that work?
yeah. I don't. I think I'm pretty sure. I think that's up with all the counties up north. From here up north, they put us more or less in the same juveniles. They put us in the same building. You know, they
But they
could be
can be cellies or yeah, with you guys.
no juvenile hall. You're single cell.
Okay,
Yeah, everybody's
single
single
cell.
cell. Whether you're bad or you're good, you're single cell.
Okay,
Uh, uh, yeah, so they could be your neighbors. They could be right in front of you. I learned sign language in juvenile hall. You know how people in the pen do
yeah.
sign. I learned that at juvenile hall because the cool part about it is I think I learned from a Norteño. He had a booklet on sign language and he was trying to sign to me and I'm like I couldn't understand you and he fished it across to me and he told me to pull it, shot his little toothpaste I pulled in. It was a sign language packet. And I was like, oh, okay. And I studied it. So every time he was assigned to me, I'd be looking at the packet.
Yeah.
And then I picked up on it.
No, that's good. That's good.
But it was on site. But he was just bored trying to have conversation. We're in there, like
Bored.
yeah.
I mean, you gotta respect your enemies, dog.
Yeah. Always.
So right there is not as bad as prison then. Like you know how in prison some people just
Yeah,
hate
and there you
hate
can't.
the enemies.
You can't make a. It's hard to make a weapon in juvenile
Yeah.
hall. They don't even let you have a reading book in yourself, so you don't get a toothbrush. You got to brush your teeth and give it back to them. You know where I was at, and the 200s, and but in the pen, yeah, you know how it is. In there, you'll
But
figure something
were they on site? The Northerners were they on site by the homies, or you got your own enemies that you got to worry about, and then worry about the Norteños?
out. For the most part, you do got your own enemies in there, but unfortunately, if there's a Norteño in there, everybody's gonna gang up on them. We all take turns getting off on them.
They
When
come
I
first.
yeah, when I first pulled up, the homie's like, "Hey, you gotta get off on this Norteño before anything."
Yeah.
So I was
No,
like,
and for those that don't know, this is the first county where they start.
"All right."
They're not in Bakersfield. There's rumors and whispers and echoes that there are. I never seen one. I never knew nobody that knew none in Bakersfield. I'm pretty sure they do live here, just like anywhere else. They could live in my city, anywhere. But I don't think there's pockets. There's no pockets of them right here, But this is where they start. So, anyways, aside from that, let's go into the pinta. Let's go into what they came here to listen to. You know what I mean? Because I'm over here getting attacked by the mosquitoes. It's a lot of mosquitoes in Bakersfield, guys.
Yeah, especially because the pool.
Yeah. So you go to the pinta, dog. No tattoos. You already had tattoos.
Yeah, I had a few. Just like I had both my shoulder. I remember my daughter's mom's uncle did this to me when I was like in junior high. This one too. Little things, little bullshits. That was it.
And you always was an artist or no?
Yeah. As a kid, I would do. I used to watch my dad. My dad used to like doing little drawings and shit, and he was all into the low riders and shit. So I used to like it, and I used to do graffiti as a kid. I started tattooing on my baby's mom and my friends when we were like 14, 15 years old. I figured out my older homie had a homemade machine on his pad, and he did this. He actually did this little clown with the hood on me when I was like probably 15, 16 years old. And I told him, I was like, hey, what's up? Let me get that machine. Like I want to learn how to tattoo. At the time, I had gave him some dope to do my
Yeah.
tattoos, and that was like, well, give me another, like a teener or half a teen or some shit. I was like, all right, here. And
We don't know what that means, but whatever. Yeah.
and I fucking he gave me the fucking tattoo machine, and I just learned how to do it.
That's right. So you go into prison, you already know how to draw and you know how to tattoo. When you hit the mainline, how hard was it to pick up the first tattoo gun?
Uh, I think it was pretty easy as far as getting it, but my confidence wasn't. I was nervous, dog. Like, cause I was already 19, 20 years old. I was already trying to do portraits of people on paper, and the homies like, "Oh, do my girl right here," and I didn't have confidence, especially because I'm young, and the homies are a little bit older. Even though they're gonna look out, I wasn't worried about payment. Like I wasn't worried about. I was just worried about fucking him up. And he don't want to fuck me up.
Yeah,
I
no,
was
no.
like,
I mean,
fuck.
it's serious.
Yeah. So I was like,
Sounds
yeah,
funny, but it's serious.
like, and if I fuck up, I'm gonna have to get my ass whooped because I'm not gonna go nowhere. Like, but I was nervous. And then I think I was in Susanville Lassen on the 3 yard when I finally did. At first, I was just doing letters, everybody's neighborhood on them, their wife's name, their kids, all that shit. But I think when I hit Lassen on the 3 yard right there, I still remember I did this girl at the Curve magazines, and it came out fucking bad. It was on the homie's back arm or something, right? And it came out not after that. My line just all the way to top parole. Everyone was trying to move me in their cell, and I was just blasting everybody up. And at the time, I was fucking around with drugs. I was young, and I didn't care. Like,
That's after I see you.
yeah. After you
So when I
see,
seen you, that was your first time because you paroled from Wasco, right?
yeah. No. When I seen you, uh, oh, you know what? Yeah, paroled from Lassen. The time I seen you.
You went to Susanville.
I went to Susanville. I went to Lassen. It was cool right there. I liked it. I paroled from Susanville. I think I was only doing like 3 with half at the time or something. That was my. I got halftime, but I got a strike on the time I see the first time I see.
Yeah.
And And where was I at?
You were over there and last and blasting everybody up, but
Oh,
well, we can move forward from that. I was just curious what time that was, because I do remember being your first time. The reason why I remember that is because, and this is coming from me, guys. It's nothing to do with you, but I have a homeboy from my city, named Jojo. Jojo Jojo something that he owns
Molina,
restaurants.
Medina.
Montijo? No, huh?
I think Medina. Something like
Jojo
that.
something Quiroz or some shit.
From the Colonia.
Yeah, he's a older homie. He owns Somis Market, whatever. And he tried to something happened. I'm not gonna say the infraction, but it wasn't us that did it. He tried to say it was that
Oh
did
yeah,
it.
yeah,
And I remember pretty much getting at the older homies from Chiques and confronting them about it. And I remember, I mean, you were in my cell. I came out strapped, and
yeah.
if it would have gone wrong, I was gonna pretty much defend myself. I wasn't gonna attack nobody. You know what I mean? But yeah,
And
that's
mind you, Maniac was probably about 150 pounds skinnier than what he is now. Think that.
no. But then that was my first time. The last time I seen this guy was trying to stab everybody that walked, anything that walked. So I was just like, this is crazy. You know how time changes people.
Yeah.
When he came in, yeah, he was from my hood. Yeah, he was solid, but he wasn't institutionalized till the last time I seen him. I was like, where did this beast come out of? You know what I mean? So, anyways, things ended up working out. He didn't disrespect me. We didn't do the burpees, and it is what it is. That's why I remember you being young. You know what I mean? Because you were more like observing. You weren't saying no. You weren't saying yes, but you were observing. You weren't, fully dedicated. Later on, I seen you fully dedicated, and I was like, I'm proud of you, but I'm glad that you got out. I'd rather see you out here succeeding
Yeah.
than being a solid homie in there,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. We're still solid homies out here. It's all good,
Yeah.
But
There's enough of them in there already.
no disrespect, at all. So then you went to Pleasant Valley. What's your trajectory in prison? What prisons have you been to?
I've been Susanville. I went to Pleasant Valley twice, back to back. I was only out 60 days. I paroled
A and
from
B,
B yard. No,
B and C.
AR is no good. I
Okay,
was on the B yard with the Northerners, paroled.
came back to C.
60 days later, my counselor still had my C file. Went to R&R, like, went to reception for like 30 days. I pulled back up on CR. That was embarrassing. I was still able.
Nobody knew you at least.
Bullshit. They did. They all knew because a lot of homies were getting flip flopped because the riots were kicking
Oh
off with
yeah,
the
going to the
bulldogs.
hole and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So they're flip flopping a lot of homies, and a lot of homies didn't even know I paroled. They just thought I got
you went
switched
to the
on.
hole.
Yeah, that was kind of.
Yeah.
That's when I realized the older homies were like, "Hey man, like you fucking stupid man, like you had a chance." But I wasn't
We
listening.
didn't
But
care.
yeah, we didn't care.
We didn't care.
I went to Old Delano, North Kern,
Okay.
Moscow AR. Everybody's been right there.
Not really, dog. There's a lot of people that don't go there.
No.
No,
Oh yeah.
I never been there.
Oh okay.
I've been
It's
to the
cool.
reception
I
side.
hate that yard. The food, any Kern County prison, their food is trash. I've been to
I
Tehachapi.
felt like the food was good there.
Nah, hell nah.
At the Wasco Mainland, it's way better than the reception.
I think, hey, low key up north, they got really good food. Susanville,
I was in High Desert.
oh man, was it good?
It was okay.
Yeah,
I was there twice
yeah,
too. I was there
yeah, because
twice.
you're right across the street from Lasso,
Yeah.
so Lasso was really good. They gave you all home cooked, like
Matter of
not
fact,
that powdered eggs. They gave you real egg
matter of
out
fact,
the.
when I seen you, I went to High Desert.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I went to the 180 that
oh
time.
yeah, yeah. I think yeah, because you
Yeah,
left before me. I remember.
yeah. So then, okay. I mean, that's enough prisons. I was just the reason why I asked that I'm trying to show the kids someone with a positive mind
Oh yeah,
that has actually been there, dog.
oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? You've been to multiple prisons, dog. Those are all good prisons, dog, to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And what message do you have for a younger Lokito, for a younger Jamie?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Um,
With your experience now, what do you wish you knew then that you know now?
for sure, credit. I hate to say, I built my credit at an old ass age. I'm 35 now, so I've barely started building my credit 3 years ago, and it helped me out a lot. But we're not gonna talk about that. They should teach that shit in school, but they don't. But I want gang banging is is dead. Keep it real. It's done with. There's too many cameras. Everybody wants to record. You got the ring camera on every corner. There's no gangbanging. Back then, it used to be fun. We used to do it. I'm sorry, I hate to say it like that, but we used to do it just to, basically go back and forth, whatever. But don't be part of no gang. Like, there's enough. If you go, any of you guys go to the pen right now, you meet a lifer, they're gonna tell you the same thing I'm telling you. Just there's enough people in prison. There's enough good homies in prison. There's enough people trying to make a name for themselves. You can make a name for yourself out here, especially now
The
with,
legal way.
yeah, especially the way that our world is. We didn't have social media. We didn't have none of this stuff. I'm still trying to learn how to, I tattoo, but to me, I feel like I'm still like an underground artist. Like, I don't put myself out there. A lot of people love my work, but I'm more cautious. I think obviously, I know it's institutionalized because when somebody sends me somebody, a customer, I'm like, oh, what's his name? What did he
You
do?
gotta look past that, perro. You gotta
Exactly.
look past that.
And I
You
don't, and
just don't even ask them. That
it's
way you don't
trauma.
know.
It's trauma, like, and it's paranoia. I guess
Don't
you can
ask
say,
them.
you can even say I'm scared a little bit. Like, I am. Like, I don't like to dibble and dabble. Like, I've got a way. I thank the Lord, but
We're not
He
gonna
gave
talk
me,
about that.
He
We're not
gave,
gonna talk about
yeah,
that.
He gave me another chance. But like, that I'm taking it and I'm
Yeah,
running with it. I got my two beautiful little girls, and
that's beautiful right
yeah,
there. Congratulations
yeah.
on that, huh?
And just I would just start stacking your money now. Figure out your hustle. If you don't want to work a 9 to 5, figure out your hustle out now. Figure your talent, your hobby, your passion, whatever it may be, and run with it. Who cares if you're not making money at the beginning? Eventually, it'll come.
There's I have a couple friends that have a platform. It's called Indicted TV, bro.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that would be a good platform for you to go because you do have those stories. I didn't pick your brain in detail. That way you could have a lot more
Oh
to
yeah.
offer other platforms, bro.
Oh cool.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that would be dope if you contact them. You could even tell them that I referred you.
Hell yeah.
And those are good people right
Yeah.
there. They'll
I
take
watched
care
their
of
I
you.
watched their little things.
They'll take care of you, and they always need people to go up there. So we all do.
Mhm.
All of us do.
Yeah.
All of us need that new face.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
And
I feel like you're it. You should try it.
I see, man. I seen you,
Cholo Juan.
Cholo Juan, in his boxers and his shower shoes and the busting down in the cell, man. I really spent nights with this man in the cell, and I'm glad to see the how far he came, how
You could
positive. He's knucklehead. I'm sure he is, but he just doesn't want. We don't want to go there. We don't want to be there. Like. But very good homie. That was very
no,
solid.
and thank you, Don. And I can say the same for you. I can say the same thing to you. But I just hope that because what I'm doing, you could do too. And at a different, there's a different side of what you could do. Uh, but you have to put your all into it.
Yeah, yeah,
You have to want it. You have to
yeah.
try
That's
it.
why
You have to
I
work
know
on
I'm
it.
half stepping right now. I'm just kind of little. I'm getting out there. I finally got off parole a couple months ago. I've been on parole since I was 17 years old, 18 years old. And
Yeah, it took
35.
me 16 years.
Yeah, and that was better than anything. Better than, I won't say better than my kid's birth, but that's number two.
Yeah,
And
no, for
was
sure.
it was a blessing. So now I feel
Yeah.
like I'm ready to get out there
Where can
and
they find you, Beto? Dispensa to interrupt
yeah,
you.
yeah, no, no, no. Always on Instagram, JB32, JAYB 3 E's 32.
Anywhere else?
You can look me up on Facebook. Jamie Brock, JAMIE space BROCK.
And
Holla at
then
me.
and then when they wanna, let's say, they just wanna go rush. Is there any shop that they can pull up?
Yeah, you can pull up at on Cloud 9 on right there on Chester and Wilson next to
Bakersfield.
Tommy's Liquor. Everybody knows where Tommy's Liquor is at, right next door. Pull up. Tell them Lokito sent you.
You'll be there too, though, right?
Always in the back watching the cameras.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Is there anything more that you would like to offer that you would like to share before we go?
I just want to thank you for signing out here. But man, stay positive. Like if you locked up and you watching this, free you if you GP, free all my homeboys from Colonia. Rest in peace, all my homeboys from my hood. You know, I can't pay I can't see all you guys, but Fats, Ryder, um, Green Eyes, Demon, Love you, fools, dog. I
Should have
know.
never started because you're not gonna be able to say everybody.
Nah, those. That's my circle.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's it. That's in the building.
Yeah.
With that being said and established, we are gone.
Mhm.
Beautiful city of Bakersfield, Lokito, Colonia, Bakersfield in the building. We out.